9 secrets you can implement to your website to generate up to $50,000 or more this year, specifically from your online marketing. If you don't know me, my name is Pasi. I'm founder of Nosu.io, and we've worked with over 200 realtors one-on-one to help them generate 5 to 20 listing appointments per month through a strategic personal branding methodology. Now, this is specifically the methodology we have is specifically designed to attract and generate listing clients. Now, one of the things where almost every real estate agent out there is lacking is going to be their website. Most real estate agents already have a website, and you might have already one as well. Maybe you have a picture of yourself, an IDX, or a few paragraphs of text where you basically explain why you're the best agent for everyone. And when it comes to website, most agents also know that it's not really the most important thing in this day and age. Ultimately, things like your social media, running your ads, creating your videos do come before your website in order of priority. And the hard thing is not building the actual website. So nobody has to be like ultimate tech wizard in 2022 or 2023 to build a website. But if you do the stats on it, there are basically billions of websites today on the internet. So merely just having a website, that basically means nothing. And ultimately, it's like the saying goes, if a tree falls in the forest but nobody hears it, does it actually make a sound? So at the end of the day, that's how most real estate websites are. If nobody knows how to find it, if there's no traffic going to the website, if it's not built the right way, obviously at that point, it won't generate you any clients or contacts. This said, at the end of the day, it is a relevant and it is extremely useful tool right now today if you do it the right way. Because at the end of the day, if you put yourself in the homeowner's shoes, that local seller who's looking to get their home sold right now, they're ready to sell their house, ready to choose a realtor. When that seller is choosing a realtor, at the end of the day, they almost always look them up online to find more information about that realtor. So they go on Google and they type in your name there, like as an example, John Smith, real estate agent, and click on your website. Now, if your website looks exactly the same as everybody else's and it doesn't convey the right things, at the end of the day, you're missing out on at least a couple of deals a year. Probably even more than that. The reason why this happens is because the seller actually has the need to sell their house. It's just a question of which realtor they're going to be using, or are they going to be using a realtor in the first place? Maybe they're selling their house themselves. So that way there, if you miss out on a couple of deals a year, obviously these things aren't easy to estimate. Every market, every price range is going to be different. But at the end of the day, for most agents, that's going to be at least 10, 20, 30, maybe even 50 grand a year in GCI they're missing out on. So today I want you to fill in that leaking hole in the pipe. So the way to do this is to add the right conversion switches to your website. Now, when the seller goes to your website, they have plenty of questions. Now, these questions are not necessarily, in an Excel sheet or not necessarily like thinking about the list of questions in their mind. They're just scrolling through, they're just going to the website, and they have plenty of subconscious questions running in their mind. And it's your job to use these right conversion switches on your website to answer these questions and make the best possible impression on your new potential clients. So let's jump right in. Quickly before I go into this, there's gonna be 9 steps I'm gonna go over in this video in terms of optimizing your website. So what I want you to do is to type in checklist if you wanna have this PDF for free. So it's gonna be a full PDF, all the 9 steps, exact notes on how to implement them. So if you want it for free, just type in checklist, I'll send it over and you can go to these yourself or with your marketing manager, or obviously if you're in the program, you can go with us, make sure they're all filled out. So let's just jump right into it. So subconscious question number 1 is going to be, does this solve my frustration or need? For this, you want to have the tranquilizer switch. So the moment somebody lands on your website, the answer to this question must be a clear yes. Ultimately based on the first things they see on your website. So as an example, if an IDX home search or another real estate made simple type of a slogan pops up, it's going to be very likely you're going to be losing 80% of the visitors right there and there immediately. Now, the reason why this happens is, let's say you're looking at YouTube videos. You're looking at YouTube videos, you're searching for different things. If that video doesn't catch your attention immediately in the first 5 to 10 seconds, you're gone. You're watching another video. You're not going to watch the rest 30 minutes of that video unless it grabs your attention right there and there. For example, if your ideal clients were professionals in Chicago looking to sell their home, let me show you this, how this would look like. You could say something like helping homeowners in Chicago get extraordinary sale price. Now that way there, again, when the professional goes to your site, they're gonna see this headline. Again, that's gonna catch their attention because it's specifically talking to them and it's also conveying a benefit. A lot of the times this website might say like find your home or something like that. That's extremely generic. And obviously at that point, most homeowners already seen that thousands of times. But when it's very specific, that's gonna grab their attention and really get them interested in reading more. So that's gonna be the first question you absolutely have to answer immediately. Now the second step and the second question the homeowners are going to ask themselves is, do I like them and are they for real? This is where you want to leverage your likability and authenticity switches. Ultimately, let's face it, we generally like to work with people we are similar to, and we like to work with people we like to work with, and we like to work with people we resonate with. So it's just the way people are. So pay attention to how your images of yourself on the website make people feel, and what those images make people perceive in terms of what kind of person you are. These must be aligned in terms of your marketing and must be aligned to resonate with your exact ideal clients. As an example, if you're trying to generate professional clients, you should probably be very professional. If you're trying to generate regular homeowners, maybe families, ultimately you probably want to tailor that image to be a bit more similar, maybe to that person, maybe to that mom person. Make that marketing and make that picture feel so that they can be like, hey, this person is just like me, this person can understand me, and this person can solve my problem. So this is exactly why, as an example, done for you social media marketing or done for you content or oftentimes even done for you website rarely work, because that marketing that you do needs to be aligned with that person you're trying to attract. If you go into this with the attitude of, hey, I don't want to do anything, I just want to have somebody do it for me, well, somebody can do it for you, but that marketing is going to attract people like them, not necessarily like you. So that's just something to keep in mind. The more you can make your marketing feel authentic and the more you can make it feel likable, the better results these things are going to produce overall. Question number 3 is going to be, are they somebody? Ultimately, this is a question of building up your authority to be better than anybody else's to serve their needs. This is the time to show your credentials. This is the time to show your years of expertise. This is the time to show your press releases and your most noteworthy clients and success stories. So let me quickly show you an example on this as well. Let's say here you have your headline, you're going to be catching their attention. Here we have your picture, we're building up the likability, we're building up the trust level. This is the place to build up your authority. So it's going to be under these things. This way people can kind of like subtly see these things. They'll see this, but it's not going to come off as bragging or something like that. Instead, we're going to just place them there to make sure people are aware that you have those things. Question number 4 we're going to be asking is, are they telling the truth? This is where you want to leverage your reason respecting switch. Ultimately, whenever you make a claim, you always want to avoid being the guy who says like, I'm the top producing real estate agent, I'm the best guy ever, ultimately without ever proving it. So when you make a claim and when you make a bold claim like helping homeowners sell their houses for top dollar or anything like that, obviously it's nice to have that claim, but at the end of the day, people hear claims all the time. So whenever you make a claim, you always need to back it up with real concrete proof. So this can ultimately come through testimonials, things like research, statistics, and stories about your brand and how you came up with the solution that you're offering. So let me kind of show you quickly this on the website. You can example see here different testimonials. Obviously there's things like video testimonials, things like that you can kind of insert here as well. Ultimately, this website I'm showing you here is just an example. So in the real world, testimonials that don't have a picture in them, they're practically useless. So at the end of the day, the order of priority is really the best testimonial is always going to be a testimonial where it's video testimonial or a share on the client's social media. Then the second priority is going to be the text and picture testimonial where you have the text and picture. And the last one is just going to be the text testimonial. The absolute worst testimonials, sometimes I've seen people even do this, is where they write the testimonial for the client. That's not something you want to do. So, subconscious question number 5 is going to be, are they knowledgeable and are they competent? This is where you need to leverage your credibility switch. Let's face it, everybody, especially as a realtor, you are aware of the fact that there's a lot of different kind of realtors out there. At the end of the day, real estate agent's profession, it is relatively easy to get into. And because of this, we have all types of agents, right? We have part-time agents, we have newer agents, and we have those actual top producing agents who are at the top of their career, having a large team and everything else. Ultimately, the homeowners themselves, they're not going to know the difference as much as you might know as a realtor in terms of who is actually a great realtor, who's giving you the best prices, who's giving you the lowest prices, and all those different details. This part is all about how you present yourself, and this goes to how you present yourself, your product, your company, and all those different things. Ultimately, kind of like how we discussed previously with say automated content or things like this, these things are not going to be conscious. The homeowner is not going to go to your website and ask themselves like, is this person credible? Does this person have authority? All those different things. They're not going to have a checklist going to go through. These things are going to come in subconsciously. These things are going to come through kind of like on a very nuanced level. So what you want to ask yourself is, when you go to your website, when you go to your Facebook, when you go to your LinkedIn, when you go to your YouTube, all those different things that are on those profiles, the homeowner is going to see, and the things that the homeowner is going to see on your website, your blogs, your pictures, all those different things. Are these things clearly getting your ideas across? How is your articulation? How is the clarity of your communication? The better that's going to be, the better you present those things to be, the better the homeowner is going to perceive your service to be as well. How you present yourself here on your website is going to be very similar in terms of perception for how the homeowner is going to perceive the quality of your service. Question number 6 is going to be, overall, can they be relied on? This is where you want to leverage your safety switch. Now, this comes down to the fact that people are actually more fear-based than they are reward-based, meaning people care more about, selling their house in a safe way without getting injured or without burning the house down than, ultimately selling the house for the top dollar. So this comes down to the fact that it's your job to make people feel safe. It's your job to make people feel comfortable. At the end of the day, everybody knows, especially when you try to generate cold traffic, so you're running ads and getting people who don't know yet who you are, those people who meet you for the first time, they're going to be scared, they're going to be feared, and that's why a lot of the cold lead generation strategies out there fail to work for realtors, where realtors buy leads from bold leads or run cold Facebook ads or anything like that, and they get like a lot of leads, but those leads are failing to convert. So ultimately, it's your job again to make those people feel safe. It's your job to make people feel comfortable for working with you. Now, there's a lot of things that go into this. I'm not gonna go cover all the content strategies and all that in this video since we are limited on time. But really, overall on your website specifically, there's 2 ways to do this. Number 1, you want to provide plenty of testimonials with pictures of the clients, or preferably video testimonials. Number 2, offer a risk-free way out, ultimately if the worst case scenario happens and the home doesn't sell. A lot of things that can go into these strategies as well, but this is how you do it on a macro level. Subconscious question number 7 is going to be, do you understand enough about what they're going to be doing for me? This again goes back to comfort, so you want to leverage your comfort switch. Ultimately, the homeowners, you want to let them know, you want to get them to understand exactly what you're going to be doing for them when you're going to be working with them. Because remember, homeowners, they're not selling houses every day. They're not helping buyers every day, right? This can be their first time. This can be their second time they're selling their houses in their whole lives. So that's why they should leave your website feeling like they have exact understanding, clear, full picture of exactly how your service process actually works from A to Z. So as you can see, number 1, we're going to have the headline that's going to get your attention. Number 2, we're going to have the picture of you that's going to communicate, hey, I'm just like you can trust me. Then from there, we show them the authority, credentials. Now is the time to do that. And now we jump right into explaining your service process after that. So number 1 is, as an example, I'm going to go do this quickly, not going to go too deep into this, but we show them get an extraordinary sale price, seamless, personalized process, rapid result, and all those different things. Here, the biggest thing that's going to play part in this, and thing that we've seen working extremely well for our clients, is actually to create a personalized value guide around your marketing. So the beauty of this is you can leverage this obviously on your website, but you can leverage this value guide also in your other marketing. So as an example, if you're running lead gen strategies, you can add this to your omnipresent strategy, meaning a retargeting campaign, and from there you can show them this value guide after becoming your lead. So when you actually call the lead, imagine they're already read to this guide, they're already being pre-sold on working with you. That's going to massively make leads warmer and help you with conversions. So something I'll mention here as well is that I've seen sometimes realtors take like home seller's guide or something like that from your company. That's basically like very generic. This is not what this is about. Basically, again, kind of like how with content, if your content is automated or generic, it's not going to work. So ultimately, you want to make sure the guide that you're creating here is actually valuable, actually relevant, and something that's going to be unique to you and to your personal brand. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into that in this video, but that's something you want to keep in mind when creating your marketing resources overall. So step number 8 is going to be, do you feel like I owe them on some level? This is when you want to leverage your reciprocity bias. What reciprocity bias is really like when you help somebody, they're more likely to help you, right? This is obviously the basic laws of human nature. Now, what you want to do here as well, obviously, very key part of this is, again, your social media content, right? Meaning if your videos on YouTube are useful, if your social media content on Instagram, Facebook is actually relevant and useful, and the homeowners have actually consumed the content, at that point, when they go to the website, they might already have reciprocity to do the call to action, do all those different things. But the way you can do this directly on your website without even creating the content is just putting in your valuable guide or report on the website itself that people can download directly from the website for free. So question number 9 is going to be, am I making the best choice? Everybody knows how it is. Whenever you're selecting something, selecting a car, selecting a phone, selecting a computer, at the end of the day, there's a lot of choices that you kind of go through. And at the end of the day, you're going to select one because you feel like that's absolutely the best. So in the same way, here you want to leverage your superiority switch. Ultimately, any potential customer, whether you're buying anything, is going to be doing a bit of research. And they're going to be asking the question, is this the best absolute thing? Nobody's going to buy the number 2 thing. Everybody is going to buy the number 1 option that they can buy. So you can answer this by having a clear definition of these homeowners' exact problem and prove that your services solve these extremely well. So these are going to be the 9 conversion switches you can literally implement right now today. You can literally take this PDF, you can type in right now checklist, I'll send it over to you, and you can implement these to your website in less than 1 hour to fill out the leaks in the pipe. And remember, if you're in markets like Los Angeles or California or in New York or anything like that, most likely if you're missing out on deal every 6 months, that could already be for you 50, 100K a year. And most likely if you have larger personal brands or if you're running already some lead gen, imagine how many people of that database you have right now Googling your name, or imagine how many of those people you might already know from your sphere, they're referring you out, going to this website, going to these things virtually on a daily basis. So that's how important this is. Now, if you want to have the PDF for free, again, type in checklist to the comment section here on YouTube, and we'll send it over for you for free. So other than that, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one.